It's Saturday, March 14th, 2026, and we got some severe weather to talk about, so let's jump straight into today's video. We're going to have a pretty big severe weather setup on March 15th, Sunday, March 15th, which is tomorrow at the time I'm making this video, and on Monday, March 16th. So, as you can see, this is our day 2 outlook. This is for Sunday, March 15th, 2026. We're going to have a pretty sharp cold front and stuff. So, you can see we got this level 1 out of 5, a marginal risk, which is this green, which expands from Florida through the Carolinas up there towards Michigan, which is that level 1 out of 5 marginal risk, which is for tomorrow, March 15th, where we could see some scattered severe weather. Also got a level 2 out of 5 slight risk, which is this yellow that includes Atlanta up there towards the Springfield, Illinois area, which is level 2 out of 5. Then we got this enhanced risk for tomorrow, March 15th, which is this orange, which is level 3 out of 5, which includes Jackson, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, Indianapolis, and Nashville, Tennessee. So this is definitely a severe weather setup that we got to be watching very closely here. And there's more going to be a severe wind threat and damaging wind threat, but we also do got a tornado threat, as you can see right here. If you see this tornado conditional intensity group going around it, that's just if a tornado does occur, it could be pretty strong. But you can see these 5%, this brown, this green, those are the kind of like the probabilities of it, like the coverage and stuff. But you can see that we got this 2% tornado risk, which actually includes parts of the Carolinas up there towards Michigan, where isolated tornado 2 will be a possibility tomorrow, Sunday, March 15th. Also got this 5% tornado risk as well, and this 10% tornado risk. So, for example, if a tornado did occur inside this green area, it's pretty low, but if it does occur, it could be pretty strong. Now, not every tornado that happens in these areas are going to be strong, but some could be strong. But now wind is going to be the big threat with this, guys. You can see that we got a 45% wind risk. This is why we really need to be staying weather aware out here. It's going to be windy even before this storm happens. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. But western Tennessee, western Kentucky is inside of this 45% wind risk in those locations. Also includes parts of northern Mississippi and eastern Arkansas towards southwestern Indiana and southern Illinois. Also includes southeastern Missouri. So that's that 45% wind risk. Also got that 30% wind risk going around it, which is that red. So damaging winds is going to be a big threat with this, okay? Not trying to scare you, but it's going to be a pretty big threat. Okay, so power lines could fall. Trees could fall on power lines. We might even see a lot of power outages out here. We will see power outages out here somewhere, especially even during the nighttime, because some of these storms might be nocturnal. Even got this 15% wind risk going around as well, and that wind conditional intensity group, as well as this 5% wind risk that goes around it. So please make sure you're having alerts, because severe winds are going to be a big threat. But hail is also going to be a threat up here. It's going to be a 5% hail risk. Also got hail risk down here. And down here, so like in those yellow areas is going to be the main threat for some hail, but we also got that hail conditional intensity group as well. So that's what's going on for tomorrow. So let's check out the future radar so I can show you guys what the storm could look like as it starts to develop. We're gonna have we'll talk about the snow, but let's talk about severe weather first. You can see that the squall line is going to start developing from the evening into the overnight hours. And then it's going to continue pushing east. You can see right here, we can see a few embedded tornadoes in it. Severe winds, like I said, are going to be a big threat with this. And then as we get into the nighttime, the farther east it moves, it's going to get later into the night. Might even see some snow on the backside of it. So people that get hit by severe weather, even a few hours later, they might even get some snow, which is actually pretty crazy. So please make sure you have an alerts on. So yeah, Chicago, it looks like you guys might be getting some rain, maybe even a few gusty winds around 7 p.m. But you can see this is definitely a pretty big storm. And then you might notice it moving to the parts of the eastern United States and still continuing out there. Might see a few discrete supercells develop, and that brings us to our day 3 outlook for March 16th, 2026, which is on Monday, March 16th, where we got enhanced risk over here, which expands from South Carolina all the way up there towards southeastern Pennsylvania, where some severe thunderstorms and tornadoes will be a possibility. So this is for Monday, March 16th. Then we also got this level 2 out of 5 slight risk, which is that yellow, and then that green marginal risk, which is level 1 out of 5. So this is for March 16th, so please make sure you have alerts in these areas on March 16th. This is also another dangerous severe weather setup, so if everything comes together here correctly, then we could see a pretty big severe weather setup over here. And there even is a chance that we might get a moderate risk out of here, which is the level 4 out of 5. So, yeah, that risk continues over there. So let's take a look at the surface-based cape with this as well. So, like the reason why we're talking about like tornadoes, we got a lot of shear, but yeah, like not too much cape. You can see we're gonna have some cape come up, but look at this cape try to come together here. Over here, so that's the severe weather setup for March 16th. But you can see this is the setup from 15th, and then this is set up for the 16th. We're going to see some cape come up there. Definitely have some chances for some supercells to develop out there as well on March 16th. So here's the significant tornado perimeter. So like tornadoes is going to be a concern out here, definitely during the severe weather setups. So here's a significant tornado perimeter right there. Comes together again over here. So if you're anywhere from South Carolina up there towards Maryland on March 16th, you really need to be staying aware. But also on March 15th if you live in any of these areas right here. So that's that. And that's the future radar with the upcoming storm system. So let's check out helicity here real quick. Storm relative helicity here. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of low level shear out here, which is definitely gonna be in the chance for some tornadoes. So yeah, helicity. This is the HRRR storm relative helicity. So definitely a few storms out there could be rotating, but like I said, it's mainly gonna be a severe wind threat out there. So here's this. Some rotating supercells are possible out there. So yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on this because my last video I made was pretty long. So that's the severe weather setup, because it could get pretty bad out there. So make sure you're having alerts on March 15th if you live in any of these areas, and on March 16th if you live in any of these areas. And like I said, there is going to be a chance that I might get even a moderate risk on March 16th. So maybe, okay. So. And this is also going to be a nocturnal tornado threat and severe wind threat and hail threat for some of you guys. So make sure you have the alerts on for that, even up towards Michigan. So, yeah. And then while this is happening, we're going to have some snow being a possibility up here. So this is for tomorrow, March 15th, 2026. You might be watching this on March 15th, 2026, which is on Sunday. We got a major impact moderate major impact risk for these areas. This is not a real outlook, well, it is, but like it's not a Storm Prediction Center outlook. You can see that we got this enhanced moderate impacts going around it as well. So this is just to give you an idea who could get impacted by the possible blizzard and winter storm and stuff. But especially if you're in that pink, you guys could be getting major impacts by this winter storm that's coming up. So let me show you guys it on the future radar as it develops out here. So here it is. This is that blue is snow, and that's the snow that we could be seeing out of this. So we could actually see quite a lot of snow out of this as well. Some people might even end up with ice. So let's take a look at the national blend of models to see how much snow you guys could be getting if you live in these areas. So let's check out the total snowfall right here. Here is the total snowfall. I mean, look at this. You guys are going to get quite a lot of snow, it seems like, out here. I mean, this is like, there's going to be more snow. There's going to be more snow than this. Let me see if I can get a better one out here. So there's going to be a lot of snow that could be happening out of this. We might even see some snow after the snow. You see right here. Here is how much snow that we could get. I mean, look at this. These areas are this is probably the hot spot. These areas are going to be getting a lot of snow out of this upcoming system, but also in these pink areas as well. So that's the total snowfall that we could be seeing out of that, out of the snow system that's coming. And yeah, blizzard conditions and winds are going to be likely out there during this as well. So that's the winter storm outlook right there. So yeah, and then you can see if we turn on alerts here, we got quite a lot of wind type of advisories out here, meaning some strong winds are going to be a possibility, especially if you live in these areas, even before the severe weather setup comes. So strong winds are going to be a possibility. So let's move over and let's talk about the temperatures. Okay, let's talk about the temperatures. You can see over here, parts of more of the western United States, you guys are going to be seeing, I mean, this is crazy. Okay, this is pretty crazy. We're going to be seeing pretty much a historic, heat warm up here. So like you're staying hydrated, especially if you're in these areas, okay? Because it's gonna get warm out there. I'm saying warm, especially for this is kind of crazy for this time of the year. March, it's gonna get warm out there. Let me show you guys. Let me show you guys this closely. So if we check out the temperature anomaly here, it's gonna be pretty cold on Sunday, March 16th. And well, it's gonna be warm on March 15th, 2026. It's gonna be warm on March 15th for some of you guys. You can see we're gonna have some of that warm air come through, and then look at this cold air come through after that. That's gonna be that cold front that comes through. I forgot to show you guys the moisture. Should have probably done that, but then you can see, look at this warmth that we're gonna be seeing over here. I mean, make sure you're staying hydrated, especially if you're in these areas. If you show this as well, you can see that I got a few type of heat warnings out there. So yeah, so that's all I got for you in today's weather update video. I might be going live tomorrow maybe, but yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.